Welcome to a hands-on guide to AI adoption in finance and accounting, brought to you by the Controllers Council. My name is Neil Brown, Executive Director of the Controllers Council. And before I introduce our expert panelists and our partner sponsor, let me share some brief housekeeping items. We'll have Q&A at the end of the presentation, so please use your GoToWebinar control panel to ask our experts questions. Next, this webinar is CPE eligible with 4 polling questions. So please answer 3 of the 4 polling questions for CPE, or just to benchmark your peers if you're not seeking CPE. Please allow about 5 business days for CPE certificates to be emailed to you. Also regarding CPE, you'll receive a brief survey directly after the webcast today, so please complete. And finally, you'll receive a link to this webcast via email in the next 24 hours, so no need for notes or screenshots. With that, I'm very pleased to introduce our sponsor. AvidXchange is a leader in automating invoice payment and accounts payable processes for mid-market organizations. AvidXchange processes more than $215 billion in transactions annually, with 1,600 employees, 8,800 customers, and 225 systems integrations. So with that, I'm very pleased to introduce our subject matter experts, Rhonda Greene and Tyler Stubbs. Rhonda is a Certified Accounts Payable Solutions Consultant, APSC, and Principal Solutions Consultant for AvidXchange. She brings more than 25 years of experience to help companies streamline AP. Tyler Stubbs is a solution consultant for AvidXchange. Tyler joined AvidXchange in 2017. Welcome, Rhonda and Tyler.
Thank you, Neil. It's a pleasure to be here.
That will go to the agenda.
Thanks, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. Today, we're going to cover top priorities and challenges of finance leaders, AI defined, the state of AI in finance departments, AI revolutionizes AP, and evaluating AI tools. So let's get started.
Oops.
The top priorities and challenges of finance leaders. So today, when we talk about challenges, we think obviously of those finance executives out there. And so we actually conducted a survey of, 500 finance executives at middle market companies back in September of last year. And we really wanted to understand their priorities and concerns as they plan for 2024. And so as you can see here, the breakdown shows us that really the top 3 priorities all closely together, but definitely 1 and 2 were data protection, security and regulatory compliance, digital transformation, followed very closely by creating operational efficiencies. And you can see also still very important, attracting, hiring and retaining talent, ESG initiatives, and other. But as you can see, data protection is top of mind, as it should be. So the top concerns of finance departments kind of mirror what we just saw, with data management being number 1. Security, fraud, and phishing campaigns, security, fraud, and phishing attempts were number 1, followed by data management. Then the digital skills gap of teammates, which we're hearing a lot more of as we move more toward a digitized world, recession concerns, bias and inaccuracies in AI, a tight labor market, sustainability, regulatory compliance, and others. So this is what is top of mind as a concern for those finance leaders that we surveyed.
All right, and we did meant to do the first poll before we got to those 2 slides, so let's just go ahead and get that started. Launch poll. All right, Participants, attendees, if you could answer this poll, do you use artificial intelligence AI tools in your finance accounting department? Please select one of the following. Please use your GoToWebinar control panel. And we're getting close to all people voting.
Excellent.
Let's share those results.
The vast majority, 68%, are not using AI tools, and I say yet because I think it's probably inevitable, but 29% said that they are, and 3% are hesitant to use them, which we definitely also hear. Any thoughts on this, Tyler? Is this in line with what you're hearing?
It definitely is. I do hear a lot of companies moving towards a AI assisted approach with OCR capture, which is usually the market standard today in the AP automation space. And it also makes sense with the rise of ChatGPT and other GPTs within the market that are now being leveraged really in the past 18 months. So that doesn't surprise me at all.
Excellent. Thanks, Tyler.
All right, let's go ahead and do that second poll then, if we can. And that is, how is your organization supporting finance and accounting staff for AI? Select one of the following. So please answer this. And if you're not seeking CPE, answer to benchmark. Take a few more seconds here, please. And we got a good, almost all people have voted that are online. So I will close that poll and share the results. Rhonda, any thoughts on this?
Yep. Well, it kind of goes in line with the last poll where 48% are saying that they're not doing anything. But 21% are upskilling and reskilling, taking those opportunities. And absolutely, that's something that we hear a lot because, you know, Neil, we were talking before the broadcast that AI seems to have really, once it came on fast. And so a lot of companies are scrambling to try to make sure that their teammates are skilled in this technology. So being able to upskill those individuals is very important.
Okay, let's get back to the presentation.
So AI defined. So AI does not refer to a single technology. Instead, it signifies a category of computer systems that can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. And so those are things like machine learning, which is ideal for finding patterns and relationships within large data sets. Also deep learning, which is similar to machine learning, but for very large and complex data sets, such as, but not limited to, video data. Also NLU, or natural language understanding. And so that recognizes text or speech input used to process textual data. And I think we probably all have been familiar with that in terms of when you're calling customer service, maybe for your card, or maybe it's for your cable. A lot of those businesses are already using that. Also, object detection. So it identifies and locates objects in an image or video, and it's used for inventory management and improved security. So if we kind of drill down into these types, again, object recognition is seeing those objects in an image or video, but it's extracting that information from financial documents like invoices and bank statements. Tyler, I would think this is something that we're very familiar with.
Oh yeah, like I mentioned earlier, that is going to be when you're looking at AP automation companies, the standard of making sure that we're efficiently taking in those invoices and capturing that data from an invoice rather than doing your run-of-the-mill data entry. It looks different for a lot of different companies though, which we'll talk about a little later how it looks like with us.
Excellent, thanks Tyler. But also AI is used for forecasting. So it's creating predictions based on algorithms and improves forecasting accuracy and optimization. So it